Welcome to Footballin with Ben Roethlisberger. I am Ben Roethlisberger. It is a cool fall feeling day. Feels kind of like hunting. I have my camo on just because I wanted the Luke Combs camo on because it feels like hunting.
That's a good camo. I also have my camo on.
We are patterned up today.
Yeah, this is how you blend in at an apple orchard.
This is this is what we do. But thank you for you guys for joining us. Obviously, this is Tuesday. Steelers played last Thursday. It's been a few days, so we've been able to probably process a little bit. Yeah. We've been able to mourn for our days of mourning, our proper days of mourning. We'll definitely talk about the game. We'll do a Sevens Top 7. We'll hit some beers. We'll have Evan. We'll preview the Pack game. The Pack. Did I say Pack? The Packers game coming Sunday night. So we'll kind of touch on everything. I'm sure people don't want to open old wounds too much, so we won't go crazy, but we'll definitely dive into some of that stuff. I apologize, my face is red. I just got done working out. I was in the sauna. Spence and I were talking about saunas and cold plunges, and cold plunge is not my thing. I don't like to be cold. I'd like to be hot. I do not like to be cold, except when I'm sleeping. It's literally the only time. I feel like it's so much easier to cool off than it is to warm up. Like if you're like, here's what I say. So it may not make sense, but this is what I'm going to say. If we're golfing, I always tell my son, if we're golfing and it's a cool day, once you get cold out on the golf course or hunting, or if you're doing something outside, it's hard to get warmed up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you're out there golfing, hunting, playing football, doing outdoor activities, and you're hot, you can cool off quicker, but not get to the point where you're freezing. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, if I'm golfing, I'm gonna layer up because I'm hot. Let me take a layer off. Where if I'm going out in the short sleeve or just one thin long sleeve, I'm cold. Just sometimes putting a jacket on, not enough. You got to go inside. You got to warm up. So I always say, listen, it's easier to cool off than it is to warm up. So I'm not a big cold plunge. I know this is not what people are expecting to hear, but
this is the
sauna. Researched it. If y'all don't know, research the sauna. If you can get to a sauna a couple times a week, it improves cardiovascular. The Finnish or Swedish people, whoever invented the sauna, they live like 10 or 15 years longer than us. Probably not just because of the sauna. Maybe just way of life is healthier. But what if it is just that?
What if it's just the sauna?
That'd be awesome.
And it's not like the processed
Get your heart going, get your blood flowing. It's just good for you. So anyway, I'm a little red faced not because I'm Santa, but because I was in the sauna. Maybe the camo makes my face look red.
Is it?
Redder.
I mean, I can change the white balance if you want. I can make you any color you want, bub. And green. I can make you green.
I can come whatever.
Like, we can be Shrek.
Oh, I like Shrek. What a good movie. So anyway, we're going to get into the first beer.
Dude, yes,
as we do Sevens Top 7.
Here's a stupid thing to say.
No, there's no stupid questions.
It's not even a question. It's just, That's not even stupid. I shouldn't say that. My oldest daughter wouldn't like the fact that I said the word stupid.
Good.
Sorry. Random fact. I think. I saw it on the internet, so I don't know how true it is.
Very true.
But did you know, I saw this thing that Chris Farley was supposed to be the voice of Shrek before he passed.
No, what? Really?
That I saw these again, how true, I don't know.
When did Shrek come out?
I don't know.
Because I feel like he was gone way before Shrek became
It does seem like that, but I just saw this thing where it was like the sketches when they were doing like the voiceover, like whatever the rehearsals are for an animated series or production. Yeah. And it was Chris Farley reading it. And I was like, dude, I think good. I love Chris Farley. Yeah. But it feels like Michael Myers, you can't.
Well, can you call him Michael Myers? That feels kind of weird to call him Michael Myers because that's the Halloween guy, right? It's called Mike Myers. Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
I don't know. Just when I hear Michael Myers, I instantly think of like Halloween or
'tis the season.
Whatever it is, which is awful. Mike Myers.
Were you
maybe not?
Mike Myers?
I don't know how you say it. Whatever.
Were you a slasher film guy?
No, I mean I've seen them, but they don't do anything for me.
Dude, that was my favorite.
Like all the Screams. I know what you did last summer. All those things.
No, not so much those. Like the old school slasher film, like Jason, Freddy. Not now. I haven't watched a horror movie in 20 years.
You know what got me when I was a kid, and I don't even know why my parents. No way my parents let me watch it. I must have seen it I was probably in high school or middle school. It.
I never saw it because I hated clowns. And by hated, I mean currently still hate clowns.
Yes. And I used to, every time I would walk by like a sewage drain, you could see his face there. Or like, it got to the point at one time, and I'm sorry for all you families watching this, in the shower, I wouldn't stand by the drain.
Yeah, so you probably were young when you saw that. Too young.
Probably college. No.
College. Yeah, 2 years ago. It is a terrifying concept. What's the Pennywise? I like the punk band Pennywise. I don't. But that's the name of the clown, right?
I think.
I got introduced to Pennywise through the punk band first, and then I found out it was the clown from it.
Well, isn't it one of the? Is that the show where it's like in the dark? If you say, is it Pennywise 3 times, or you're supposed to say something 3 times? Like
that's Beetlejuice.
And then something appears in the, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm a Christian. That stuff don't affect me.
It doesn't. I don't.
Like that doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a unique.
But I will thing. On that topic to tie it back into NFL in some crazy segue. It's insane to me. This time of year, you get like scary movie commercials that are rated R during NFL broadcasts.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
I'm trying to watch our boys.
I have every time a commercial comes on. My kids have gotten to the point where they're awesome. They're like, look away, or whatever. Which it could be something where it's like a girls wearing, just in anything, anything inappropriate. The kids do a great job. But now it's like you have to mute it and hit the guide button just to bring up something on the TV and mute it. And it's like, what are we doing? But you're right, a movie preview, and I don't understand why they say the following preview has been approved for all audiences or something. No, it hasn't.
Not my house. I didn't prove that. You should have especially the streaming services. Here's a business idea for somebody smarter than me. For the streaming service that you are paid for subscription, you should be able to have an ad filter that allows you to be advertised to based on your settings, and then take out things that hey man, I'm watching Paramount Plus these Steeler games with a 3-year-old in the room. Can you not advertise Black Phone 2? I'm not gonna go see that movie. Don't advertise that to me.
Yes, I don't disagree with you. Of course, nowadays even we might get canceled for saying this. Even Disney though, some things that are inappropriate even for everybody. Yeah,
you know it's insane.
Who knows what it is, but I'm with you. I love it,
and I'm trying to help the advertisers out. I'm like, you don't want to sell to a cold audience anyway. You want to sell to the right people. So if you allow me to set my advertising preferences, be like, hey man,
there is something we just don't know about that.
Yeah, that's what if it's like, Spence, you're describing a feature that's already on there. But if
we apologize, no idea, because we don't know.
But if not, we should start that business together. And then just sell it to the streaming companies.
I'm with it. All right, tell me about this beer.
That being said,
this is like having a conversation with Brennan and Justin. It just goes wherever. It's unbelievable.
We'd have to cut their conversation out. Yes. That gets great. Well, this is from Lost Coast Brewery out of Eureka, California. All right, this is a Lost Coast Blackberry Lager, American lager that is lightly infused with blackberry. It's crisp,
blackberries.
It's clean and refreshing with a moderate hint of fruit on the nose. A new taste.
Actually, I like black raspberries, not blackberries as much.
On an old classic. Well, you might like this one.
Okay.
Try it out. If Lost Coast Brewery sounds familiar, they are the inventors of the Great White Ale. If you've seen it, it's got the shark on it.
Buffalo.
5%.
It's not. I don't.
That's what you're looking at.
You keep thinking that it's going to be sweet, kind of.
Yeah.
Like what Brennan likes, but it doesn't. And just a little bit more. You
got to solve it. You got to figure it out.
It is. It's interesting.
Crack the code.
Kind of like what we're trying to do with our defense. Crack the code. It's pretty good. There's no sweetness to it like you'd think that there would be, but you taste the blackberries, but not a sweet.
That's nice, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have too many. I could have one of these.
Yeah, I would imagine with a sweeter beer, I think the hard time with the hard time I had with the fruitier stuff is sometimes it gets so sweet that you're like, I'm not even enjoying this. You know
it's definitely not sweet. It's almost the opposite of sweet. I know that you think that'd be sour, but it's not sour.
Is it, or is it salty? What's the opposite of sweet?
I mean, sour, sweet and sour. Or no?
I mean, they always paired together, but is
it's not
it
the opposite?
I don't know.
Bitter?
Bitter?
We should ask Evan.
Gosh, yeah, he would know.
He would probably know.
Right?
Guys, sweet. Because that's not sweet, but it's not sour. And sweet and sour seem to go together. But I agree with you. Maybe it's just a...
They make a great sauce. Sweet and sour does. The old sweet and sour sauce?
Like on the back of your... Like a bitter... Bitter isn't right, because it's not. I don't know.
Hey, well, you guys can go check this out.
Lost Coast, I am lost.
Yeah.
It's not bad, though. But please, will you guys please go try this? Because...
Yeah,
I want some help with this.
Help.
Because I can't.
if you're looking at it or looking for it, I should say, in the region in which there is a giant eagle, you can pick it up there. That's where I got this one. So
from Giant Eagle.
From Giant Eagle.
Giant Eagle's got a good collection, good selection.
I guess it is their collection that we select from.
Well said, sir. Yeah, that's why you're the wordsmith and I am just the face.
Yeah. The steak and the sizzle, baby.
Okay.
Let's do 7 Stop 7.
Okay.
And typically, if you are familiar with the show, what this segment is a ranking segment in which we give Ben a topic and he ranks his top 7 of that topic. This is a little bit different. We're going to switch it up. We're going to do, since the Steelers played the Bengals on Thursday night, we're going to do the top 7 plays from that game because it got pretty crazy there for a minute.
Mm-hmm. And I'll be honest, I put them down here. I didn't really put them in order, so I'll try and like look at them and I'll put them in some sort of order if I can, maybe, as I'm just going through it. I definitely think there's a couple that are a bigger deal. Now, obviously, there's a lot of plays that happen in that game. Everyone's going to have their own opinions. This was me watching the game and then going back through the highlights. So there could have been something small in here that in the game that I didn't put in that was like, oh, yeah, that a penalty,
sure,
a no catch. You know, for instance, a decent play in that game, Jamar Chase, he catches that one on the sideline. He kind of bobbles it, tips it to himself. It about gets intercepted, and he ends up completing it, and the spin move helps him get extra yards. Decent play. Someone might say, well, that's a big play because of, you know, PFF might rate it a certain way. But in my opinion, this is kind of where I saw some of these plays going. So I'll just start with the one that's on the bottom of my list, and it seemed like and what we'll do is as I go through this, we'll be able to kind of recap the game as we go too. So if questions come about it, but I have back to the end of the game, fourth quarter, I think the second to last drive for the Bengals, which I thought was interesting as we get going. Oh, I guess we're not into that yet. Sorry, my notes. But the Bengals kept throwing the ball, which is very interesting late, which we can talk about. But there was a play. Run, Alex Highsmith's running down the play. It's a second and long, maybe second and 10, backed up. Alex is running down the play. Joe Flacco he pulls it away from the running back. He runs for 11 or 12 yards, gets a first down. I thought that was a really big play because no one expects Joe to do that. One, yeah. He doesn't, you know, if he hands that ball off, it's a loss of 3 yards or so. He keeps it, gets the first down, and kind of gives him a new set of downs. And obviously, it wasn't the final drive to keep things going, but it was you're able to keep the ball longer. So I thought Flacco, and because you don't expect from Joe Flacco, that's my 7th play on the top 7 plays from the game. My next one, I'll put Aaron's second interception. It was towards the end of the half. Wasn't necessarily his fault. You know, it's kind of a play where it's on DK's chest, shoulder. He's kind of has it. You expect DK to at least – I expect him to make that catch. I think he would expect himself to make it. But at least you expect an incomplete pass. Mm-hmm. The guy ends up making – the DB makes a great play, takes it away. And why it was a big play? Because it was end of the half. We're moving down the field. We have a chance to put points on the board before half. And anytime you have a chance to get points, that's a big deal. So I put that one as my next one. My next one, I'll say, kind of goes the same thing. Actually, my first one here leads to the second one. The running back for the Bengals, number 30,
Chase Brown.
Brown had a huge run at the end of the first half. Mm-hmm. You were kind of wondering what were the Bengals going to do, which is why I had Brown number 30.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Not the Browns. They didn't win.
They did win. They blew out the Dolphins.
No, they didn't against us.
Crazy.
Well, it's the Dolphins. That doesn't. Pick a high school in the country and have them play them.
He has a huge run down the first half, gets them into field position, because you're kind of like, okay, are they running the half out? What's going to happen? Yeah. And I think it also set the tempo and set the, like, for a
little bit of juice there.
Yeah, kind of like let them run. Like, it just proved like the Bengals right here running the ball on us. Like, they averaged 50-some yards a game, and they had 90-some in the first half. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I know we can talk about that in the game, but that was he had a real big run. It was like a 30-yard run, maybe up the sideline, got him in position for this next play. I believe this came in the same series, was Higgins' TD at the end of the half. Split, Joe puts a ball on him, he splits the safeties, gets up through there. Just like Aaron's interception took points off the board, they were able to score right before that. I believe that's how the order went, and they put points on the board right before half. Mm-hmm. I think that was huge. My next one will be Aaron's first interception. we'll talk about that play as we get into the game, but that's another one where anytime you have a chance to put points on the board right after they scored, the Steelers have done such a great job of answering scores all year.
Yep.
And he had a chance to go down and score, and he kind of uncharacteristically throws an interception. Aaron just doesn't do that, and just taking points off the board, I think that's big. My next one was Pat's first touchdown.
Yep.
Okay, 3rd and 18, cover 2. I mean, it screams tight end down the middle. And one of the reasons that really became successful is there's a safety on that side of the ball, and he is supposed to kind of be on the hash. His job is he has half the field. That's why it's cover 2. That safety has this half the field. This safety has this half the field. Where you attack cover 2 is down the middle and on the outsides, because you have 2 guys to cover the whole field. So you basically there's 3 different areas to attack. DK Metcalf is on the outside. He is attracting attention. That safety got so wide because of the fear of that outside hole shot. And, to be honest, Pat hasn't really been a threat down the middle of the field this year. They haven't utilized it. So the safety gets wider than he needs to, and Aaron is going to capitalize on that all day. Pat down the middle, great call by Arthur Smith, and Aaron puts a beautiful pass on Pat. And I just think, one, it was huge, 3rd and 18, and I think it got Pat moving, right? Like okay, we need to get Pat involved more, and I think that probably got him juiced up a little bit, got Aaron feeling good, got everyone feeling good. So that was my next one. And then my number one, I think we're at number 1 now, was obviously Aaron's touchdown to Pat. Multiple things to talk about on that play. It comes right after a big hold by Broderick Jones. So you're back. You've lost. You're moving the wrong direction. You've lost yards. Aaron gets a little scramble. Great block by Broderick to help him get outside. Aaron throws a beautiful pass. And I don't know if we should get into it now or whatever. But the safety was kind of outside. The safety sees the whole thing. When he threw it, I'm like, this. I thought it was going to be intercepted. At least knocked down. The safety's running he sees it. And for some reason, at the last minute, instead of playing through the ball, he goes to Pat and then misses everything. And I was like, so confused at what he was doing, because I'm like, that guy, the safety clearly, in my opinion,
really
could have knocked the ball down at minimum. But he just went from here to playing the defender, maybe or playing the offensive player, Pat. He got lost, where if he just keeps tracking through the ball, it looks like he makes the play. I could be wrong, but what I saw and how I playing the game and seeing plays like that, it just, man, unbelievable, that part. Aaron's throw, spectacular, and then Pat running. Pat scoring a touchdown, scores a touchdown is huge. I will say this, when he was getting ready to score, as he was at like the 15-yard line, I was like, go down. Because you don't want to score too fast, right? Because the defense couldn't stop the Bengals. Typically, you'd be like, just get in the end zone, it's over.
Yeah.
Because you know that the Steelers' defense is going to hunt now, right? And I know that if he would have got down, they still would have had to try and score a touchdown. But right now, the Steelers' offense is clicking. I know they're scoring 30. Everyone's getting involved. People are talking about you need another receiver, maybe. But right now, the offense isn't the issue. So anyway, that was my number 1 play on all fronts, right? Many facets to that play of how it maybe potentially could have been different, but you scored a touchdown, and again, it's Pat Freiermuth. Like, I'd like to see that ball just keep snowballing and getting bigger and rolling and using him more. Hopefully, the confidence will build. And I will say this: I know that's my 7. That's my number 1. I'm going to put a beyond a 1. I'm going to put one more play down that is probably the play of the game, and that's T. Higgins' play at the end of the game. T. Higgins catches the ball. Joe drops a beautiful throw in there on a fade ball, and he catches it, and he does the same thing we just talked about.
Yep.
He goes down, which is incredibly headsy. I don't know if coaches or someone's like telling you, hey, listen, we get down here, get down, or if that's just he thinks of it in the moment. That'd be hard, because I'm thinking you want to score, right? But he goes down, forces the Steelers to use timeouts, lets the clock burn, where if he scores there, now the Steelers, all you do is get a field goal, right?
Yep.
They get to go down and everything. So to me, what a headsy play. Great throw by Joe, great catch by T. Get in position, get down. To me, that was the number 1 play of the game as I look back on it.
Yeah, definitely the most impactful towards the end when it's a tight game like that. You saw Jamar Chase in his presser.
Yeah, you could have picked any of his plays too, by the way. But
what, his 16 catches? Insane. Yeah. Well, that's with dropping 3. So that's... He had some to spare.
And I had his touchdown on there with the PI. People were talking about, did he push off? Did Ramsey? I thought it was honestly, it was probably a good call to a no call.
Yeah, because I think both of them were doing that.
For sure.
But he, in his post-game presser, he gets asked that question. It's like, if that comes to you, are you sliding or are you, kind of motivated to go score? He's like, no, I would have slid. And he hits with the reporter. It's like, you wouldn't have wanted to run in there. He's like, not if you want to win. And so I think you do have these seasoned players that, like, in the moment, I think as us watching it, it is kind of like, yeah, man, it's just score. It's what we're driven every single snap to try to do is just do this one thing. But to have that wherewithal, I mean, you even mentioned it when you're talking about Pat. You're like, oh, I wish you would have. That's in the back of your mind already.
But at that point, but see, and that's why I wonder too, and I don't know, but I wonder if they basically the Bengals went down the field, no problem. Jamar Chase, it was like completion, busted coverage, completion. And I wonder at some point when you get to like before that play, was there ever a talk in the huddle?
Sure.
Was there something mentioned from Joe, like maybe a coach told Joe or someone or any of them in the huddle said, hey, listen, guys, like they may let us, because now you start seeing teams letting people score.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, listen, we only need a field goal. Let's get, like, was that communicated as well? Maybe not. Who knows? Again, because like you say, they are so regimented and so trained and so just everything is like score, that how do you not try and score every time?
If that's the case, if you got coaches chiming in, man, that's just a well-coached team. So that's top seven plays of the game. You had mentioned some offensive moments there for the Steelers. I want to stay on the Steelers offense. I think big shout out to Broderick Jones for getting his first sack. Not a lot of O-line getting.
Aaron wasn't happy about that one, was
not
he?
A lot of O-line getting.
2 F-bombs brought up there. Oh, let Aaron celebrate.
That's a crazy thing. Yeah, that was a cool, right? The little Aaron uppercut. I'm gonna wreck it. That was a crazy thing to witness on TV.
It was unbelievable. Broderick was so excited. I mean, he was just so happy. Yes, I think about it. Like, part of me would have been mad too. Like, dude, what are we doing? Like, I'm not trying to be on the ground, but you also understand what just happened and you're excited.
Yeah.
And I also think, like, the first thing I did is celebrate with my linemen, so you don't have to worry about that either.
Get it out of the way safely. I was gonna say, like, how did you feel watching that, and what would you have done if, like, Pouncey ran up and did that to you?
Well, I'll say this: I don't think Pouncey would have actually took me to the ground. None of those guys would have. But if you do, you just say, "Okay, love you," like, help me up, type thing.
Yeah.
But again, he's a young dude, and so like the coaches and stuff are probably like, "Dudes, don't hurt our guy." So I don't know. It's definitely a unique situation.
You're not even allowed to touch him in practice. What makes you think that this wasn't
happy?
Appropriate?
He was not happy. But no, Broderick he's getting better. The line is getting better.
Yeah.
The offense is playing well. Warren is running well. I mean, right now, again, I'll say this: the offense is not the issue. Offense is putting up points and doing their thing. You expect this defense to step up when they're given the opportunity.
Yeah, there's plenty to talk about over there. One thing I think we probably did not expect was how high scoring of a game this was.
Yeah.
From your perspective in the huddle, what does it feel like when you're putting up 31 points and still losing? Like, how do you stay focused when the scoreboard suggests you're doing your part, but the results are not there?
Well, it can be frustrating, definitely, because you're like, man, we're putting up points. But you also have to understand it goes both directions, right? Because there's going to be times when you're not scoring points and you're winning because your defense is helping you out. So there's ebb and flow both directions. So that's why it's really important not to get so caught up in that moment of, like, what are we doing, man? How many more points we got to score? Because you know there's going to be situations and times when you're not putting up points and the defense is getting three and out turnovers, and now they're thinking, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So that's why football is the ultimate team sport, because you've got to be able to work together and have an understanding that there's going to be ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys throughout this season, throughout games. So you just got to complete. And what you should say as an offense is like, hey, listen, when we're up in our offensive meeting room, hey guys, keep going. Like, we got to keep doing this. Our defense will come around. Our defense will be just fine. They're full of studs over there. They pay a lot of money. What we need to do is keep doing our job and not worrying about them. Let them worry about them. We worry about us.
Yeah. And obviously, I think we've seen the last couple of weeks, the offense really forming its identity. I mean, Jaylen Warren ran for 127 yards, had 7.9 yards a carry. As a quarterback, when you have a run game being successful like that, does it change how you start to call plays or the confidence you have when you start taking the field? Because it feels like for a while we were getting frustrated early on with, not being able to establish a run game. But it feels like with those jumbo packages, bringing in, old Mount Washington and Spencer Anderson, we figured out how to run the ball successfully.
Yeah, that jumbo package is something else right now. It's really working. Now, at some point, defenses are going to start trying to figure it out, and you're going to have to come up with wrinkles. And I think Arthur Smith is doing a great job of getting us in situations. I probably would have stuck with the run a little bit more, especially because you got DK and DK's doing his thing when he's getting the ball. But right now the run game is it's there, and so I think that if you can shorten it, especially if the defense isn't doing, they're kind of in a little bit of a lull right now. How can we possess the ball longer? Give the ball to the other team the least amount of time as possible right now. And again, I don't know if the defense or whatever didn't expect that from Joe to sit in the pocket, and obviously Tomlin expected something because he was complaining before the game about the trade and this, that, and the other. But it's like we talked about. There's a 90% chance the Steelers blow this team out, right? The way the game started too, I remember texting you like, I don't know which team's worse, the Browns or Bengals.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there watching this game, like the Steelers are going to be able to do whatever they want this game. Like let's do a triple reverse pass. Like let's just try things because the Bengals have no pass rush with Hendrickson down.
Yeah,
there's no pass rush. I mean, Aaron's just I'm scramble over here. I'm scramble over here. I'm gonna throw it to you.
He looked like old Aaron.
Man, I'm telling you, it was just like let me just do what I want to do back here. It's great, and so that game should have probably been a blow. I mean, the way it started, I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be ugly quick. Kids, get to bed.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's okay, a turnover, whatever. But we had said that if they play 9 more times, the Steelers are going to win 9. Okay? The Bengals are going to get 1 out of 10. And things have to go like no turnovers by the Bengals, turnovers by the Steelers. Flacco's going to have to play well and utilize his receivers, and there's no everything that could have went right for the Bengals went right for him, and everything almost everything that could have went wrong for the Steelers.
Yeah.
That game shouldn't have been like that. Now, I know that doesn't help anybody, and you're saying like, well, okay, we win 9 more times, but we lost the 1. Yep, sure did. You caught Joe on a day when Joe was trusting his receivers, and that's what Joe Flacco can do. Joe Flacco can throw the ball. You give him 2 stud receivers and a tight end that's doing well, and all of a sudden, like, why are we allowing the running game to go for 150 yards again? Like, that's the other thing, because if they would have shut down the run, then you force Joe to throw it, and they come one-dimensional.
Yeah.
It was like the Steelers defense just kept bringing pressure. Joe's getting the ball out before receivers are even turning around.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one of the reasons Jamar dropped a couple balls, because he's like, oh, it's on me so, like, I didn't expect the ball to be on me so quick.
Well, yeah, and it was a crazy thing to see, like, vintage Joe Flacco again.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, man, the way he was getting that ball out and finding the pockets and the defense, man, it looked like the Joe of old. But there's been a lot of conversation. Actually, I'll go here first. I want to end with the offensive stuff, talking about wide receivers. But I'll talk about the offensive line and the protection. So I think going into this game, it was Aaron's release time was like 2.5 seconds, getting the ball out quick. I think this time, or the last 2 weeks, it was 2.8. So not much, but a little bit more time in there. When you establish the rhythm of getting the ball out quickly, how does it feel to have a consistently increased time to throw? Like, is it comforting to have a little bit more time, or is that split, 0.3 seconds throwing off the thing that you've built into your rhythm?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't really mess with you. Typically, it'll give you more chances to take shots down the field. Why I think that number is a little skewed is because he was able to scramble around a little bit. Sure. Right, some of those plays were lasting 4 and 5 seconds, so you're going to get longer. You're going to get higher numbers in there, and the averages are going to get skewed. I don't think it changes your offense too much, other than the fact that the line is, to me, it tells me the line's playing better. They're gelling, they're protecting, they're staying healthy. And so I think that is a big deal, because now let's take our shots down the field a little bit more. Now they did. They took a deep one to DK. They got intercepted. They took another one down to DK. They got caught. And I know that's where, like, you could, if you wanted another receiver, like, you need someone else to stretch the field to do other things. Roman Wilson had a catch, but we're still not utilizing the receivers as much as we're not throwing it 40 to 50 times a game.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we need to. I think what the offense is doing right now is just fine. You're churning out 30 points. You're putting up. You got the running back that's running the ball really hard. Aaron's being protected. He's not being sacked. I think right now, you want to keep this consistent. Now, if all of a sudden we're 14 points, 17, maybe a 21, and we're not doing anything, then we need to be more concerned. But right now, I'm not really concerned with the offense. I just think you keep doing what you're doing and finding ways to put points on the board.
So that would lead me to believe that you think going out and trying to get a wide receiver 2 is unnecessary at the moment.
At the moment, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, what's the point? Like, what is your goal of getting a second receiver right now? Besides, obviously, you're already scoring. I don't know what our averages are, but we're scoring 30. It feels like we're scoring 30 points a game. Okay, that's a goal. Is Aaron throwing the ball? Like, do you want 300 plus yards passing per game, or do you want a consistent offense that is scoring points, that is balanced? Because I'm sure we're relatively balanced. I mean, I'll sit here and look it up as we're going through it, but right now, again, I keep saying it doesn't seem to me like the offense is the issue.
No,
we're consistent and we're doing things, and so
this seems like the Arthur Smith offense we had anticipated. Right, when you figured out how to run the ball. I think that's going to be successful even when teams are game planning for it. I think when they're like, okay, they bring in this jumbo package, this is what they're going to do. I think with Warren's skill set and the avenues they're creating, I think he can average 4 yards a carry. I think that's going to be something we can lean on throughout the season, even with better teams. And this is where you start seeing the tight ends we were griping about, or at least I was complaining about early, even in the preseason. Like, where is these tight? We got 4 tight ends that we're utilizing, and now we're kind of seeing them play out, and it's obviously working.
Because here's what I'll say: don't lose that thought. Because as I'm looking at the stats, so Aaron's averaging 213 yards, or we're averaging 213 yards a game passing. Would you like that to be up in the 50s, high 200s? Yeah. Sure. So could we improve that a little bit? Maybe. About 95 yards rushing per game for the team. Again, that's close to 100 yards. That's what you're wanting. Aaron's got 14 touchdowns. Now he's got 5 interceptions, which is high for him, but he's got a ton of touchdowns. So, let's get a little bit of a bump in some of that stuff. But where, does that be, is it another receiver? Sure. Would another receiver come in, be helpful? Yeah, but it's not like we're throwing the ball all over the field. And it's like, Aaron's throwing for almost 68 yard completion percentage. I just don't think that adding a receiver is the main thing. I'm not saying would it be beneficial? Sure. But is that like, listen, if we don't get this, we got no chance.
Yeah.
No, we're putting the points on the board. We're doing it right now.
Yeah, so that's twofold.
I'd love to see a little bump in all those categories, but again.
That's twofold, because then I feel like if we can perform the way that our offense performed this past week and minimize the turnovers, then that's a real contender of an offense.
Listen, if we don't turn the ball over, the game's right. It's not even close, because they scored off the turnovers and it stopped us from scoring. So we always talked about that. Again, that's the reason that when we went into this game, one of the reasons we were going to lose this is if we lost the turnover battle. And we've lost the turnover battle the last 2 weeks, I believe. We haven't gotten turnovers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And so when we were getting them heavy early, and now we're not.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing some stat about the forced fumbles that we were creating. I'm like, is that right? Surely that's not true. It was like double digits in the first 3 weeks or something. It was crazy. Like,
and I'm sure people will say, well, the Cincinnati's defense is terrible. We didn't, we didn't, Aaron didn't throw for more yards, or you didn't do all this and the other. But again, you scored 30 plus points.
Yeah, dude.
And it wasn't like the defense scored the points, or we ran a kickoff back or a punt back. Like, those points were scored. Boz kicked his field goals and whatever. But but those are offensive points.
I mean, Boz is good for 9 every game.
Absolutely.
So well, then that's the other conversation, is like, with the trade deadline approaching, like, is there help you get on defense then? And if so,
what are you gonna do there? You got so much money. Like you've already got so much money invested there. What do you?
And okay, so I'm trying to diagnose it. Then is it execution? Is it schematics? Is it a lot of the conversations happening after the game is like, okay, I don't know how you go get a better defense. I mean, the talent is unreal. All right, what is it that we need to do? And obviously, you saw a couple things, miscommunication, leaving receivers open that happened with Cincinnati, but. In the secondary.
Those are pretty good receivers, by the way. Just saying.
Yeah, they're not the bad ones.
Yeah.
So we'll jump into the defensive performance here after this next beverage.
I mean, we're average. So our offense point right now we're averaging 25 points a game, with a couple bad games early, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we're trending in the right direction. We're at 43% on third downs. That's a good trending number. This
was the first time I was watching the offense's performance, and I'm like, oh, this could be a legitimate contender of an offense. Right? You see these high-powered offenses. Like I was thinking about what Detroit has over there, and I always felt like unsure in the early weeks of this season. I'm like, okay, we can't win games by getting lucky. Like we got to go, and it felt like every time we were taking the field, I expected us to score.
Yeah,
and that was the first week this season that was true for me.
And averaging 300 yards a game, we could up the. I mean, again, we could up our yards per game a little bit. We're giving up almost 400, which is crazy. We're only giving 300. We're only doing 300. So there's definitely some things in there. But again, it's not like we're throwing the ball 50 times a game. Then an extra receiver is going to help with that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Good.
It smells delicious. This is Victory's Fest Beer. It's a Marzen style lager. I figured since we didn't really celebrate Oktoberfest, I'd bring one in here. It's 5.6%. And it says traditions matter, Ben. And for us, that tradition started in 1996 when we opened the doors of Victory Brewing and brewed our very first recipe, Fest Beer. This was the first one they did. Look at that. Yeah. What do you think?
It's good.
Festive? You big Oktoberfest guy? No?
Nope, I'm going to just have one of those.
Just keep it moving. Have you ever been to Germany? Like to do the Oktoberfest? I feel like
that would be fun.
We should do an Oktoberfest.
I expect it. It's not. Oktoberfest doesn't mean it has to be pumpkin-y.
No. Oktoberfest beers are not pumpkin-y.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a malt. It's like a darker malt forward.
I'll try one more because I don't want to be that guy.
They did that, and there's usually like a Helles, like lagery beer as well that they'll drink there. And then your boy, the Dunkel. The Dunkel, you can always acquire one of those during an Oktoberfest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay on that.
The lighter ones will probably be more your speed.
I mean, what are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, you hang out with Brendan a lot. Maybe he's influencing your beverage choice.
It's fine.
Is it too malty?
No, the second one was bad. The first one I was like, this is awful.
Yeah.
And then I take that back. I'm sorry, Victory. It was not awful. I apologize. I wouldn't order it.
Yeah, Victory has an IPA that's really good. The name of it's slipping in my mind, but yeah. So all right, let's dive into this Steeler defense.
Okay.
Obviously, not a great performance. I think they would be the first one to tell you that. I think they were.
They did. They've been quick to.
Yeah, which I think is encouraging. Obviously, I don't think a performance like that, professional football players to come out and be like, what are you talking about, man? We did great.
Yeah.
But to be able to acknowledge their standard of excellence, not only as a professional player, but also in this city, defense means something different, is encouraging. But, how does it show up on the field?
Well, it's like they wanted to show a bunch of blitzing and had a bunch of people in the line, but it's like they didn't get the pressure. How do we, again, I feel like I'm saying the same thing. How do we keep letting teams that can't run the ball on us? And I know Captain Cam said it, it starts up front with the D-line and him, and you can't, if you want to take away, if you want to beat a team, you've got to make them one-dimensional. It's really hard to beat a team that's two-dimensional on you, that can throw and run.
Yeah.
And they did it, what it felt like, with ease. It's just, it's surprising to watch it. You're just not expecting it from this defense. And I think we all kind of felt early in the season First couple of games were like, okay, what's going on? And then it's like they got it together. But when they got together, it was really because they created a bunch of turnovers.
Sure. Yeah,
right? You play the Patriots, and there was like 6 turnovers. And then all of a sudden, when they're not getting turnovers, it's like they're not getting sacks. They're not getting turnovers. They're just not creating splash. And there must be something in Cincinnati that Porter Jr. doesn't agree with him, because he's a penalty machine in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We're getting handsy in the secondary. We're getting penalties called on us. Are they all good calls? Probably not, but don't give them reason.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't have an answer for the defense other than they're a lot of really good players on that side of the ball.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it feels like it just takes 1 or 2 guys to have a really bad game. Typically, when you have a really good offense, a really good defense, a good team, you can afford for a guy or two to have a bad day because the other guys pick them up.
Sure.
It feels like right now, like this game, Queen didn't play very well. Wilson didn't play very well. Games before, they played really well. But the other guys kind of like cover them up. It felt like the last game, there wasn't that cover up for some reason. It's just what it felt like. You know, it's like you got to, you know, Ramsey's a great player in the secondary. Got a couple PIs, got, you know, Slay, same thing. We've got guys that are really good players that, and again, listen, Chase and Higgins are no slouches, right? They're stud receivers. So it's not an easy job, but it just didn't feel like this week that we had the cover up that we've had in the past.
Sure. Do you feel that on the sideline? Like you say you're coming out of halftime or whatever, you know, maybe later in the game, say, and you're feeling or you're watching your defense go out there, and the time of possession, I believe, again, was not in our favor. And everything we're watching at home, are you guys feeling that on the sideline?
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel like, man, they just can't. We could just give us one stop.
Yeah,
one stop. Come on.
What does that do to your offensive game plan? Are you more conservative? Are you more aggressive? Like, is it predicated on situation in the game?
Yeah, situational. I think you definitely have to understand. Like, you'll go out there and be like, hey, listen, guys, like our and I'm sure the defense has done the same thing. Like, our defense can't stop anybody. Mm-hmm. We got to score. We can't punt. We have got to score. Urgency has to be up. We've got to score. Same thing. I know the defense has said, hey, listen, our offense can't do anything today. We got to stop them. Yeah. But that's what a team's about. The team is about stepping up and covering each other 6. And that not just inside of the offense and defense, but as a team. And so when that's not, you know, going down, or you got to put a little extra in, then you just got to rise up and do it. That's what a team's for.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a good time to wash ourselves of this Cincinnati debacle.
Well, you know, Evan's going to come down here and he's going to want to talk about it. I mean,
we'll dig it up for Evan.
Okay.
All right.
Because I honestly think, because I'd like to say, well, I'll wait till Evan comes down, because I have a question about that.
Because I think before he gets down here, we should jump a little bit into next week or this week if we're playing Green Bay. Obviously, there's a big narratives attached to it because of Aaron. Mm-hmm. I don't think, I know you're high on Green Bay.
I watched this last game against the Cardinals pretty close till towards the end.
I don't think they are who they say they are.
I don't think they are either.
I think we're going to win this one because of, obviously, there's extra heat there from the narrative. I don't think that they are who they say they are. And hopefully it's a bounce back game where our boys figured out whatever it was. But my fear with that is then you go into this stretch. Like, the divisional opponent has something special in the schedule. I understand that. They know us. We know them. It's going to be a different type of game. But if we win with Green Bay, is that enough juice to kind of get us through this tougher schedule?
Right. So the team's 4-2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had to put a loss down. I took a loss this week because I said we were going to win. So I had a loss and I crossed it out and I put win because I felt good about it.
You had it, man. Trust the gut.
Trust your gut. So I'm 3-3. On paper, okay, I have us down for a loss. This is our beginning of the season predictions because of Parsons going there. I like Jordan Love. I still think Jordan Love's a good player. Where I think after watching this game, I don't think the Packers are as good as they think they are. As we think they are. I don't think they're a contender in the NFC. I shouldn't say a Super Bowl contender. I don't think that. I think part of the reason is they've got a pretty good defense. Parsons obviously is a stud, And where he's unique is they move him around. Like he's not always just a one-side rusher. Sometimes he's rushing the center. Sometimes he's rushing the guard. He's all over the place. So I think that is definitely something that we're going to have to be alert for, because he's like, okay, which one of you do I want to rush over? Hey, Evan, who do I want to rush over? I'm going to rush over that person. Can we help you? I'm going to rush over that guy. Yeah, and that's where Parsons is, why he's so good and why he's a stud. One of the reasons. Yeah. Now, I watch the Packers and I think, okay, I still like Jordan Love. I think he can do a lot of good things. He can throw the ball well. I think they miss – you talk about, like, not having some receivers. Like, they got some guys, but they don't have any, like, scary dudes. Sure. You know what I'm saying? I know they lost their guy early in the season.
He was supposed to be a stud, wasn't
he? And they got hurt. So I think – now, where Jordan Love and that team really, they like to go for it on fourth down. They like to take the chances. They gamble. Where he is at his best, in my opinion, is when there's there's no pass rush. Sure. Right? Their line is doing a decent job. No one's running. He can kind of sit back there, pat, and then take his shot because he can throw the ball. Mm-hmm. I don't foresee our guys not getting to him.
Yeah.
Again, I think their defense is good. I don't think it's great. I think without knowing injuries and this, that, and the other, I think Parsons, again, is an absolute stud. Got to know where he is. He's going to wreck the game. But I still don't think we lose this game. Okay? So I'm going from a loss to a win.
Okay.
I'm going to put a win over here, and I boom, boom. So that's the second week in a row I'm doing that, so I'm taking a chance this week. But I agree with you. Getting into this stretch, like we need to win this one Sunday night at home. It's important because we have the Colts, who might be the hottest team, but I know Daniel Jones is getting scanned for, I think, a hamstring.
Oh, is he?
And then the Chargers, and then back with the Bengals. So there's a stretch coming up. So this is a big one for us to kind of, okay, let's bounce back. It's going to be a game for Aaron. They're going to want to win it for Aaron, I think. Mm-hmm. So I just don't see how they come here on Sunday night and we lose at home. So that's my 2 cents. Evan.
Yes.
I will let you, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'll let you weigh in on that first. Okay, hit us first with the Packers prediction or thoughts on the game, please.
I think that it's going to be one of those bounce back games. I think everybody will show up, hopefully the secondary and the defense, and I think they'll be all right.
Yeah, I think they're going to get after Love, and they're not. Yeah. He's not got time to get down the field.
Hopefully that's the case.
Yeah. So you expect us to win?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think, I'm sure there's a chip on the shoulder there, obviously, for Aaron playing Green Bay, but do you think that same chip is on the shoulder for Green Bay playing Aaron?
Everyone's going to say no, but there's something to it.
Maybe with the coach, maybe with LaFleur, and maybe a little between him and Love.
I think Love will want to say, you made the right decision. Yeah. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Evan.
You're welcome.
Family dinner time. Now we still have, there's salt in the wounds still from last week, so I have a couple questions I want to ask you about last week's game.
Yeah.
But Giant Eagle so graciously supplies us with some amazing food, which always brightens our day.
It does.
Bill. Oh, actually, we had a nice little thing. I had to thank Ian and Chef Mario. They came, catered something at the barn the other day. So thank you guys again. I'm telling you guys, if y'all want food catered, get a hold of those guys over there. They do an amazing job. What a spread they put on for a worship night we had at our barn. So anyway, thank you, Giant Eagle, Bill, all those guys over there. They're great. And the food that you supply with Evan. Evan, tell us what we got.
All right. In the foil, we have a gyro.
A gyro?
Or a gyro, yes, correct.
Is that tomato?
That is not tomato. Instead of tomato, I just did some red pepper, so it was aesthetically.
So it looked like it?
Yes.
Okay.
And behind that is some Cincinnati chili. That's the chili.
Are you a Skyline or are you a Gold Star?
I'm
Gold Star. Gold Star? Yeah.
I've never had some.
I'm a neither, actually.
Yeah. I'm a Yinzer.
Skyline is awesome.
We put fries on everything.
Skyline. Oh, I've been to Skyline chili. I've never had this. Like on pasta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
a bold choice, Cincinnati.
I like it.
Careful, some of those might be warm. I meant to say that when I let off, but there was so much going
wasn't
on.
Bad.
Sauna guy over here.
I'm fine.
And then in the middle there is goetta queso. So goetta is like a pork and beef mixture with some rolled oats.
So you can't have that.
Well, I didn't put pork in it.
Okay.
I just did the beef.
I was going to eat it all.
Hey, that's right.
We're going with everyone's favorites.
All right. So, thank you. Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Giant Eagle.
So thoughtful.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
You're the best, man.
Wow. Okay. So, oh, wait. We do have a question before we open the wound.
Okay.
Pour some salt on it.
Yeah.
We are having this beer I had right here.
Yeah.
It wasn't sweet. It was, what's the opposite of sweet? People would think sour, but is that true?
Or bitter. That's the first thing that came to mind.
My God.
I said bitter. I said, I think bitter would be the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, if it's, the hops are bitter as well, so.
Not even beer, just in general.
Okay,
What's the opposite of sweet? Not sour.
Yeah, bitter.
Yes.
Wow,
See?
look at this. We had to bring in a professional, but you
This was unrehearsed, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, this whole show is unrehearsed.
Yeah. That
was it good?
That's it was okay. It just wasn't sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you've seen our show, Evan, but it gets off the rails quick.
Quickly.
That's
So,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to ask you a question, Evan, and I want you to tell me what you think as I eat this.
okay.
Because I wanted to talk about this. So, Aaron's interception, the first one, the deep one.
Yeah.
I think there's an outside chance. I know it sounds crazy because Aaron, I think he's incredibly good. He sees everything. But the Bengals were in all white. They painted the middle of the field white. I think there's a chance that the safety was camouflaged in the middle and Aaron didn't see him.
I think there's a big chance of that. I didn't think of that, but that's what quarterbacks think and see. But I didn't. I was just upset that the interception happened.
Typically, you would
Naturally.
think it's not the Patriots, so it wasn't cheating.
Well, yeah.
Surely these guys are honest about it, right?
Yeah.
Dude, this is unreal. So here's the deal, guys. If you want to cook all these things, we have a cookbook. It's back there. If you're unaware of it,
The cookbook, you can't make this.
there's a link in the bio below. Get them while supplies lasts. I don't know how many are left, but when they're gone, they're gone. And this is
I'm supposed to eat this. Evan, while I eat this, give me your thoughts on the game. Put the salt on the wound.
I think offense did well, and defense did not do well. And I don't want to go too deep into it. I know it was last Thursday, but I've made a lot of progress since then. And
You have.
yeah,
how many times do you go to therapy?
not enough, not nearly enough. But I get it. I mean, I don't want to say they played down to their opponent, but at the same time, I just don't think that they were prepared for Flacco to carve them up the way that he did. And whether that's because the defense couldn't get to him or the secondary was a tick too slow or, there's a multitude of things that could have happened or did happen. Right after halftime, I just didn't have a good feeling, From that point, it was...
Early in the game, you felt great, though, didn't you? The first, quarter.
Oh, yeah. I
was
mean, because there's always so much hope and there's so much, this could go our way and that. And then you have that first interception and then you have the second one where the guy pretty much took the ball,
He said, that's my ball, I'm going to
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Patrick Wilson did that last year, So it's just about somebody being in the right place at the right time. And
Are you meaning Peyton Wilson?
am I hating him?
Or do you mean Peyton?
Yeah, I call him Patrick, though.
Oh, okay.
We go way back.
Is that short for Peyton?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can cut that.
Nope.
I don't know if you've seen our show, Evan. We don't cut it.
Well, sometimes the names, I'm
get you,
a
trust me,
real
I know.
squirrely guy sometimes.
I call him. Yeah, I know.
Dude, the amount of things I've gotten wrong about sports on this show could be its own show.
Me too.
So I think you're all right there, bud.
Perfect.
Well, that was the 1 in 10 we talked about, in my opinion. That's why I said there's 1 in 10 chance that they beat us. And everything went right for them.
And it was just, it was like a nightmare unfolding. Joe Flacco just hobbles back and then launches passes, I'm serious. Who we expected it, but in all reality, nobody was expecting it. Nobody was, because he's only been there for 2 weeks at that
days.
point. Yeah.
10 days.
Whatever. I mean, it's just like,
What are we doing?
So
for him to go in there and do that is just
I had
insane.
a question about this. When you get traded to a team like that midweek, everybody's talking about how difficult it is for the quarterback to learn all the plays. How challenging is it for the line to get familiar with a new quarterback's cadence?
Not hard.
Okay.
A lot of guys are coming in to do whatever's been doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Not hard.
I think it
There'll be some
also lends to the Joe Flacco's been in the league for
Ever.
how long, and he's played the Steelers how many times, and
He knows
you know,
Tomlin.
that's it. Somebody from the
Talk about
Bengals,
that. Talk about that.
someone from the Bengals said that they knew every defensive scheme and play that they were going to run.
Well, that's because
They were
we don't.
prepared for
Everyone
it.
talks about that.
This-
How long have they been talking about that for our defense?
Years,
It's
years.
That we're not mixing anything up. We're not doing anything unique.
And why is that? I mean, somebody just thinks they're smarter than the other team, or they think, oh, they're not paying attention this year. They won't know that we're still running plays from 2021 or, I don't know, but it's frustrating.
The pre-COVID plays in here. This is really good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, on spaghetti?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
This was normal for y'all?
We use rice under a lot.
That would make more sense to me than
this is just a thing.
Just spaghetti with just chili.
Like, we got all this spaghetti and all this chili left over. What are we going to do?
Mix it.
Put some cheese on it. Throw some cinnamon in there.
Onions
I know, it's
cinnamon.
like
Definitely cinnamon.
Is this a struggle meal?
What's a struggle meal?
You know, like Heinz ketchup on Wonder Bread. Like, hey, all we got, brother.
Ketchup sandwiches.
Is this how this started?
I don't know. I like it.
It's very good.
Evan, I did have another question I was going to ask you. Last one before. Not to have the last one, but now I can't think of it.
That's all right.
Oh no, I know. There's been a lot of talk about the trade deadline.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so give me. Do you think that we need a receiver, or something else on offense, or as Spence asked me, do you think the Steelers should trade for someone on defense?
I mean, the defense thing.
Right now you are the general manager. Well, you have actually.
Well, thank you.
Actually, you're the head coach because he's got more pull than the general manager.
I forgot my sunglasses.
Oh. What are you doing?
I'm getting a speedy wide receiver.
Yeah.
And we need somebody to.
You don't think Roman Wilson's? Calvin Austin?
Calvin Austin's hurt.
So the offense is the issue. Scoring points, almost 30 points a game.
I don't think that the offense is the issue, but I think the offense has to be the solution. Meaning they
Score
need to
40
start.
points a game now.
That's it. Usually it's the defense, helping out the offense.
See, it's people like you that don't want any. It's you're one of the Yinzers.
What do you mean?
People, you're just like everyone else out there.
How so?
That doesn't want that. You know what? Run the ball, cloud of dust.
No.
Defense.
No.
All we got to do. And now all of a sudden it's like we can't win. So you know what? Go throw the ball. Score 40.
Listen, my whole thing is when you spend $1 billion on a defense and it's not panning out, like what else can you add? Like you're just going to add another veteran? Like who would?
I don't.
I mean, you could add on defense, absolutely do it, but you could put.
How about do nothing?
I mean, you could do that as well, but I think offensively, if you have another speedy wide receiver,
all of a sudden you guys want to score points.
Oh, jeez.
It used to be just about running the ball and playing defense.
Oh, y'all want me to throw?
No, now it's y'all want me to throw the ball.
How much of it?
40 times a game.
How much of it's schematics?
Maybe.
How much of it is do you analyze any of the coaching, or or is it too late in the game here for that?
Can't trade a coach.
Well, I think offensively, I think Rodgers has the most pull. So when it comes to schematics and plays, and
when you call your head coach by his first name,
yeah.
You're sitting at the table, bud.
That's what I mean. So
you were at the table,
but he's lived in the basement.
But defensively, it just I don't know what happened for the defensive line to not be able to do anything. And
the Bengals had a good run game.
No, they didn't. He had 30 yards per game going into that game. We turned him into Barry Sanders. You got
to start somewhere, Evan.
Well, I just don't understand it. Like with the talent that we have.
Maybe when our defense plays against an offense that isn't any good, they play down.
Listen, I have theories on that, but we can't get into
You're getting them cranked up, bro. You're getting them cranked up.
I have my thoughts, but this is a family show. And
well, you heard it here first. Evan said it.
You heard what Evan said, and only Evan.
Only Evan said it. The football and the rest of the football family does not co-sign with that. Just Evan.
Evan's opinions are not indicative of football and Football
correct,
Incorporated.
Yes, these are all my opinions. And
all right. Well,
we're grateful for them, Ed.
No.
Hey, is this the goat chunks?
No.
Oh, okay.
Lamb.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Evan. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for your food. Thank you, Giant Eagle.
And our good friends over at Pond Lehocky. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this episode. We appreciate you guys.
Always.
I saw a billboard when I was going.
Pond Lehocky?
Yeah. And it said, proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I yelled, proud sponsor of Footballin with Ben Roethlisberger.
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about.
And everybody in the car looked, but it said Steelers. But
we all know.
Oh, yeah.
We know. Y'all know. The family knows.
It's pronounced Footballin, I think.
Yeah.
Did I say it wrong?
No.
Oh, you spelled Footballin wrong.
Yeah, you spelled. Yeah, I know it looks like it says Steelers, but
yeah, it's football. And if you guys go to Pond Lehocky and mention us, they might give you a high five.
That's true. Friendly
High
people.
fives are good.
Not only that, but they're actually giving some stuff away this season.
Ooh,
so
and I think we're going to do something with that.
yeah, it's going to be super exciting. So you guys stay tapped in.
Win.
Yeah.
I'm already winning being here.
Oh, wow.
so
And on
sweet.
that's how we're ending.
That's
Such
it.
Thank you,
guy.
Giant Eagle. Thank you, Pond Lehocky. Thank you, Evan, Spence. Thank you, Jesus. We're going to have a better week this week. Sunday Night Football, which means, is that Carrie or is that Snoop?
Let's carry on.
Carrie Underwood's coming to town, which means we've got, who announces those games? Al Michaels and
Kirk
Herbie.
Herbstreit.
Herbie, come do the show.
Oh, wow.
Come in early, stay late, do the show with us after. Stay late. Bring your golden over. Dog can lay right here. Whatever
my
you want to
spot?
do. Oh, in Evan's spot.
That's fine. The
We
dog can have
actually,
my
we'll put the
spot.
dog right here in this seat.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Herbie, come on, man. Don't make me text you.